Okay, boys and girls, let's do some more drawing. We've been doing a lot with shapes. For example, we took a triangle, turned it into a pyramid, shaded it. We took a circle, turned it into a sphere, shaded it, put some shadow underneath it. We took a square, turned it into a cube, put a little shading on one side. We took a diamond, turned it into a cube, shaded one side. We took an ellipse, turned it into a cylinder, put some shading on one side. And we've done lots of other things. But then we took all these objects and we started taking these forms and turning them into other things. So like we took the pyramids, we made a horizon line, and we started taking that basic shape of a pyramid and making them look like mountains. Okay, say the sun's on that side, so then the shadow's on this side. And when we add up a series of these, it's just a very simple way to make a mountain. But then we got a little more complicated and we started putting in a similar shape, but we just modified it a little bit to make it look a little more organic, a little more like a natural mountain that you might see in nature. Okay, and we went on with that. Okay, what else did we do? We took the sphere, we started turning it into things like apples. Like there's a little apple stem, there's a little similar, we can use the exact same shading. It's not the best apple you ever saw. Let's make that stem a little bigger. Put a little shadow over here. Apple. We took the cube, we turned it into presents and lots of other things. Take the cylinder, you can turn it into a big old piece of spaghetti. Whoa. A very big, thick spaghetti. See, it's just a big old cylinder when all is said and done. So many other things you can do with the cylinder. So that's shapes into forms. Simple shapes become forms. What else can we do? Let's take something like, I'm gonna switch to a different pencil. Let's take a cylinder shape, okay, and let's widen it like this. And then it'll be a thin cylinder, but we'll keep it like that. And let's say it's a chair that you can sit in. Maybe it's a stool. And the legs of the stool, well, underneath the stool, there's another cylinder. About like that. And then underneath that cylinder is another cylinder. About like that. Right? And then out of that cylinder come a whole bunch of other pieces which become the supports for the legs, which are also going to be cylinders. So this chair is basically a bunch of cylinders, and maybe there's two out that way, and there's one that just sits in front here. We can't see the back side of it, and there's another one that sits in the back that we can't see. Okay, so you can use the same little shading that we did over here on this cylinder, and you can just kind of shade one side of it just to give it a little bit of 3D aspect. Make it look like the light's coming that way. Okay, and that's a stool. All of these are cylinders. Cylinder here, cylinder, 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 and then this thing is a cylinder too. So these basic shapes, you can find them everywhere, okay? And say this cylinder is, this little stool is sitting behind a desk. We'll do the diamond-shaped desk. It's gonna be going off the paper. But that's a diamond, and then there's a cube shape, and that's gonna be the desk. And the legs of the desk are gonna come down like this, right? And then there'll be this front side, and the other side goes up like that. Something like that. And then maybe there's another piece over here that's kind of sitting in front of it. So you've got a desk. Everything I just drew on this side is a cube. Everything I drew on this side is a cylinder. Okay, if there's a book sitting on the desk, guess what? It's also gonna end up being a cube. Let's just draw it like that. We'll see if we can't see the other side of it. There's a book sitting on the desk. It's a cube. Everything over here is a cube. Everything over there is a cylinder. Okay, maybe there's a row of desks. Maybe in the distance back here, there's a wall. Let's draw the ceiling. Guess what? The ceiling's a cube. Okay, it's that same diamond shape. The corner of the room, cube. Okay, so we're looking up at the ceiling over there. A wall, a wall. That desk is a little bit high in this particular scene. But say over on the wall, there's some art hanging there. Guess what it's gonna be? It's gonna be a cube. A little bit of art hanging up on the wall over here. I lost my proportionality, but you get the point. Over here, there's another one. Also, it's gonna be a cube. Cube, cube. Sitting on the wall, and maybe we can just look up at that and see a little bit of the bottom. You get the point? There's any paper sitting here on the wall. There's some just like art just sitting on the wall. It's a cube, but it's a very thin cube, so you can't see the thickness of it. So maybe it's just a square. What else might we have? Say there's an art easel sitting in the room. It's gonna be lots of cubes. There's a big old cube on this side. Easel sits like that. Another cube on this side. Okay, there's a back side of the easel, about like so. Also a cube. There's a little side to the easel sitting in front. Also a big old cube. Okay, down here at the bottom, got another cube. It's all cubes. Cube, 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 cube. The back side holding up the easel is a big long cube. Okay, back over here. There's another one on this side. Here, let's draw the rest of this. Back over here. Another one on this side. Guess what it is? It's a cube. Comes down like that. Okay, then it's got the back sides holding up like that. And it just keeps on going down. And then maybe there's another piece over here. Guess what it is? It's a cube. And it's also on that side. It's a cube. Everything over here is a cube. Everything there's a cube. Everything there's a cube. It's stretched out. What I'm trying to show you is these basic shapes and forms, they're everywhere. There's an apple sitting in here. It's a sphere. There's a mango. There's a pear. There's an eggplant. It's all going to be based on a sphere. So these basic shapes, you can use them to draw everything. So that's why you learn them.